Hello everyone, welcome to FICOanalyst.com. In this short presentation, we would like to introduce different types of payments within SAP from customer, such as partial and residual payments. So overall, the impact of invoices on the customer balance and payments and different types of payments that we would like to see. Here, this picture tells you there are different types of invoices which are going to result in open items. So open items are those items which are not yet settled from a customer. SD invoices, if SD module is implemented, FI invoices through FD70 transactions, debit memos and credit memos will increase open items. Open items may be debit transactions or credit transactions. Depending upon the type of invoice, the customer balance is impacted. In general, customer invoices are debit items, but if they are credit memos, they will be posted as credit items or payment items, so which are still open items. And these items are not yet settled, and as long as they are not settled, they will be shown as red symbol along with that respective open item. And once the open item is cleared, which means a particular open item is settled, then that will become a cleared item, and in SAP that cleared item is stored in BSAD table. Particularly payments and credit memos that you are applying against a particular invoice will result in the cleared items. Overall customer balance is impacted by open items and cleared items. When we look at the customer payment, basically there are four types of payment. One is on account payment, partial payment, residual payment, and full payment. On account payment is the payment which you received from customer, but you were not able to identify a particular invoice to be applied. So on account payment is posted as a credit line item in customer side, and it will normally reduce the overall customer balance, but still that particular line or the item is treated as an open item. When it comes to the partial payment, when the customer is paying partially, not full invoice, you have two options. Either treating that partial payment as on account payment or residual payment. If you are treating as on account payment, simply you take that amount and post it to customer, and the payment will become an open item, meaning you have a credit line item in the open items, which will overall reduce customer balance. And still the original invoice is touched intact because you are treating the partial payment as on account. It is not applied to a specific invoice. In SAP, there is a different type of treatment for the partial payment also available. So that is called residual payment. In situations where customer is paying a partial payment for a particular invoice, then you can apply the partial payment to the invoice and completely clear that particular invoice and create a new invoice for the balance which is left out from the partial payment. So that is called a residual payment. Again, in the case of residual payment, you are clearing the original invoice and reposting a new invoice. In a way, instead of saying new invoice as a new open item to customer line items for the balance amount which was not paid on a particular invoice. That is called a residual items. And obviously, full payment is the type of payment where you are completely applying the amount to a specific invoice or set of invoices. So this full payment will result in completing of all the invoices and clearing them. So they will appear in the cleared items. As I told earlier, so all the cleared items are stored in BSID table and all the open items are stored in BSID table. So this is what all about the partial payment. Hopefully you enjoyed this particular presentation, and you can visit ficoanalyst.com to understand more process-oriented trainings. I just want to give a brief idea of our approach for training. So every training is our process-oriented, design-oriented, integration-oriented, and business user-oriented, meaning that you are looking from the business user perspective from every scenario that we are working on. And we will also explore different options available for a particular configuration. And our FICOanalyst.com training is all about finance and controlling. This is more oriented towards demos and business process steps, like we also understand the business case, and then configuration. So back and forth on the configuration, because there are so many variations in the configuration which will impact the overall business process. And then we'll review and you will have a practice sessions. So this is our approach for training. Please visit ficoanalyst.com for any kind of FICO trainings. Thank you.